Great afternoon and a beautiful Wednesday to each and every one of you catching us here in Facebook land, social media platform land. Kelly Chiasson. I am your host and your author lead here with Landed for Success, and I am joined by one of our co-founders, Mr. Gordon So. And there's going to be there's going to be a lot of excitement. There was excitement yesterday, and it's going to continue day after day. I mean, it is all year long, but there's going to be a lot coming at you. Why? Because we are so excited to be announcing and getting ready, spending time getting ready for our launch, Landed for Success's first book launch, Untold Stories, that is taking place next Tuesday, May 11th. And we are kicking things off in LFS style at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is just good fun. And I'm really excited that Gordon So, hello, happy Wednesday. Congratulations to you.
Wow. Thank you, Kelly. And congratulations to you as well, Kelly. You as our author lead and all the amazing work that you have put together for months now, months and months and months. And so the success we're having right now, Kelly, a lot of it is because of your time, effort, and work you put into this project as well. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome. I thank you. That's nice of you to say. I think Gordon and I would both just keep thanking each other and all of the people, right? I mean, our editor, Mr. JJ Acanthan.
Yes.
The behind the scenes people, yes. It's and all of the authors, we wouldn't be here. But in all honesty, one, I take that to heart from you, Gordon, and you and Jay have expressed that before. But we all wouldn't be here. We might be in some other collaborative experience, possibly, but we wouldn't be in the Landed for Success collaborative experience if it wasn't for Mr. Gordon So and Mr. JJ Acanthan, our co-founders, bringing together their experiences in business as immigrants and as community leaders who serve, right? So it is a pleasure to be here. And I'm going to let, Gordon, let everybody know, for Untold Stories, Landed for Success, this platform's, the space that you've created here, your first book. I mean, it's always exciting, but why maybe does this collaborative project just hold a little bit more room in your heart, possibly?
Wow. That's a big question, Kelly. When I watch, let's say sports, like a championship game, like let's say a Super Bowl, right? And you see somebody like Tom Brady, who wins like championships after championships after championships, and they ask him, like, is this one more special than a previous one? And you often hear individuals like that say, every one of them is just special in
their own way.
Yeah. And so being fortunate to be part of so many amazing collaborative books in the past, where I've been able to put them together and have individuals share their stories. Like, Kelly, when you shared your story in 30+1 Resilient Stories, I mean, that was an incredible project as well, where individuals read your story and they got inspired and motivated by your story. And so to say that this one is more special than another, it's hard. It's hard because every one of them is so special. There's individuals that they're special. But I think your question in terms of this one, it's the first time that I am actually sharing my own story, one of my stories, in the book. So I think maybe that's part of your question, right? Yeah. So exactly that was really special. I've never done it before. People have asked me before, well, Gordon, are you in the book? And my answer is always no, right? So yes. And they look at me like, well, I'm not in the book. Why should I begin, right?
Yeah. But thanks for asking. Yeah. Yeah. What was it? Why do you think, what do you think about this project? Because I mean, there's owners of projects, and that's just it. I mean, you have literally helped hundreds and
Yes.
supported hundreds of individuals become #1 best-selling authors worldwide. That's a big deal. And as you mentioned, all of those projects had a lot of heart, had a lot of passion, had a lot of everything go into them.
Yes.
Why was it this project that you decided to share your experience and share a story from your life?
Wow, great question, Kelly. I think it was just timing, right? The timing just seemed right. J. Jack Hansen is our co-founder here at Land for Success, and Jay and I, we both are immigrants, right? I don't know if anybody else can relate to parents immigrating to Canada. So my parents came, Kelly, when I was pretty young, right? I was probably 9 or 10 at the time, and Jay came when he was a teenager. So we had different experiences, right? He had to experience high school right away, which I would imagine would have probably more peer pressure than I would had. And then I experienced, without getting a lot of detail, when you get a chance to read my story, I had a lot of bullying issues in my life when I first came here, right? So, but immigrant stories, we both talked about, the common theme we have is we're surrounded by other immigrants, and they all have amazing stories. And how many of us have had a time when we're sitting maybe at breakfast or dinner or a family gathering, and somebody, an uncle or a grandparent is saying, when I first came to Canada, can anyone relate to that? Right? Like my dad always talks about, I had 50 cents and an apple in my pocket.
Wow.
Right. And the stories of individuals, of some of their challenges, their struggles, and how they survive and how they thrive it's just amazing. So many untold stories. And we thought, well, why not start a book called Land for Success, Untold Stories? And it just, I guess I don't know the answer to that, Kelly, but it just felt right that it's time for me to share one of my stories as well.
It spoke to you. That's what I love. There's, for all of you that are tuning in with us here live or that are going to catch us on the replay, it's always going to just keep my interest. When people say, well, I don't know, this didn't really speak to me, but this did. And I've actually experienced that. And so then, when you meet someone, an individual, a gentleman, Mr. Gordon So, and he has a hand in all of these projects. He's helped individuals in projects that they've gone and done other collaborative projects.
Yes.
Because of their introduction into that space. And yet they didn't speak to him. And it's interesting, like how much time goes by, and it's at some point, it'll just reveal itself. So that's really exciting that you are sharing your story in this book. Are your family and friends and your peers excited, Gordon?
I think so. I told my kids about it, and they're like, okay. Like, hey kids, right? You get ready for my next book? Okay. But my sister-in-law in Seattle, for example, she supports every book that I put out. She'll be the first person like ready 11th, right? She'll be the first person probably to go buy a copy, leave a review, and tell all her friends about it. So yeah, it's really neat. And our families are our biggest supporter. Kelly, I'm going to be first a question, like Eric, like your husband, Eric. I remember right at the beginning, you were saying that, hey, I think, this would be like maybe a perfect story even for Eric, or not story, but for him to contribute as an author.
Yep.
Yeah. How did you feel when Eric said, yes, I'm going to be an author in this book as well?
I was excited. To what you and I were just talking about, to all of you amazing people catching Gordon and I right now, I was like, oh, I love this space. I love our community. I love the people here. I do. Gordon's not sending me a check for saying that. I legit do. But I'm like, how can I
remind me to pay you tomorrow? I'll send you Bitcoin. How's that? No.
Fabulous. I'll take it. But I just, for this project, just didn't speak to me. And
Yeah.
from the get-go, I was like, Eric, my husband. And he was like, no, I don't know. He's like, I want to write. We have had other plans for years with some writing things. And then I've just been like, kind of, are you sure you don't want to? And so it was like last fall, and I said, come on, like you come on, it's so you. And I think he had enough window of getting, sideline, like a feelers out there for it, because I was graciously invited in by Mr. Gordon So and our other co-founder, Mr. J.J. Campen, to step in as the author lead last September. So I think that did it, Gordon. That sealed the deal.
There you go.
Then it was, we were doing a drive around coffee date, and he's like, hey, what if I were to write and land it for success? Is there any spots available? And I was like, yeah.
There you go. Timing, right? Timing for Eric. And I read Eric's story. He, it really, for me, again, I don't want to give away stories, Kelly, but for me, there was a part that I really resonated with. And, like Judith, like her story, there was a part I resonated with. Today, I was talking to my friend Camila LaFranco. So there's a few individuals who have already, helped us with some reviews on the book. And she was saying, oh man, what's the name of that guy, Akio? I loved his story. So it's really neat, Kelly, that, Eric's story, like, and I'm not trying to, I wish I could name every name, right? And I should. Everyone's story is so different. And that's what I love. Like when you get a copy of the book and you start reading it, you're going to fall in love with the Erics. You're going to fall in love with the Alicias. You're going to Cleone. And yeah, I'm excited. Like this project has been a little bit different. The stories have a little bit, the themes, right? The stories, Camelia said, all the books you guys written, there's just a different feel about this. And she said, maybe it's the editor, right?
Lindsay.
She literally said, like, maybe it's the editor. I said, like Lindsay is an amazing, amazing editor as well. Yeah.
She's fantastic. And you mentioned something there, which I think is of importance to note here. And I'm watching our time, but
yes,
Gordon, to all of you, he had mentioned in a couple different instances here, communicating reviews. And Gordon, I would love for you to share a little bit about, when we launch May 11th, this is a big deal. And reviews are great. They're social proof. I would love for you to talk, especially with your extensive experience, Gordon, what really is behind reviews in your opinion, and how appreciative, are we going to be for people to take the time and give us those reviews? And does it need to be the whole book? Can it be a chapter? Go ahead and just share.
Absolutely. Please. When you go and purchase a copy on Amazon, you obviously can leave a review. And if you've done that before, you've seen the process. So if you could do us a favor, if you're thinking, okay, I want to read the story, all the stories, and I'd like to leave a review on Amazon as well, reach out to Kelly, because we don't officially launch the book till May 11th, which we really need our hands on deck and everyone's help, right? So not only will you, it's like a TED Talk. Kelly's gonna lead an amazing TED Talk with all the authors, right? On Tuesdays. You want to join into that, you want to join in the celebration, you want to purchase a copy of the book, all of us around the same time, to help us strive to #1 international bestseller. But in the meantime, if some of you are thinking, I can't wait till Tuesday, and you want to get a copy of the book now on Amazon, reach out to Kelly, okay? And she'll give you the access to it early. And if you could leave a review, that'll be great, because Amazon takes reviews very seriously, and we're not looking for fake reviews. So if you're Uncle Joe and you're Auntie Betty, and you just want to write a fake review for us, we're not interested in that.
Yeah.
Right? We really want you to read like the author's stories and give us an honest 5-star review. You could read the whole book if you want, or you could maybe even just read one chapter, right? And review a chapter in the book. So your reviews on Amazon is definitely going to help Amazon raise the algorithm and let more people know about the book.
So that is important, and I will let all of you know for our book launch. And definitely, you can direct message me if you're wanting to reach out and have that expanded conversation and get the details around that. Obviously, I'm happy to have it. Our book launch is going to be live on Facebook on Tuesday, May 11th, and the Facebook link for our event for you to register and join us and be plugged in and engaged with this entire process and our event coming up, which is going to be a lot of fun. Really, you'll get to hear 18 authors.
Wow.
18 stories. These people, I think we've mentioned it yesterday in our live, but it's true. For individuals that have written before and shared your story, then you know how exciting that is when to have your words in print, your story for someone else to read. For those of you that are on the fence and that idea of doing it just makes you feel a little bit apprehensive inside, maybe it's enough to make you want to throw up. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Then you'll be able to really step into an appreciation then for our incredible authors that did step forward and choose to share their experience. And we do need everybody's help to help make this a very, very successful launch. And our Facebook group, the link is in the post, but it is www.facebook.com/events/15474698 3163 That's a lot of numbers.
Yeah, I won. That's like a lot. That's like my lottery number.
But I was like, I'm not going to be verbalizing that a ton because that is really a mouthful. But it's fun to say it because it is. Gordon, as we close out here, you have a very active day with all of the get ready to launch and go.
Yeah,
it is nonstop. What is your hope for the book? And I will hold off my last little bit question till after you answer that here.
Wow, what's hope for the book? Well, Kelly, even if our, we talk about untold stories, and even if there's one story that can help one person, I think we've done our job, right? And if I could share, real quick, then, you mentioned about collaboration and past authors. Pantia has been in several of our books, and yesterday she did her book launch. Her book is on naturally conceived. So if you get a chance, go to Amazon and get a copy. Yesterday she launched the soft copy, and it hit #1 bestseller on the Canadian market. So our goal for our book is to hit #1 international bestseller. But Pantia, her book is about fertility, and she got together about 22 amazing professional, individuals like gynecologists, psychiatrists, people who do acupuncture, and all these amazing ideas to help people that are having issues with fertility right now. But it's so neat to see our authors become authors, but do even more, but let their story help change the lives of other people, right? And so we're going to trust that the same thing's going to happen for Landed for Success, right? Kelly, your foreword that you wrote in the book gives it like an incredible perspective of what this book is all about. Jay and I couldn't have written it better ourselves. And then you got John Shin. Oh my goodness, how do you get someone like that? So humble, right? The executive producer of Think and Grow Rich Legacy, the movie, to write the foreword. And when you read his story of him as a child and how his parents immigrated to America, it's pretty incredible. And one of the things that you've been able to do, Kelly, is help tie some of these things together. Now you got John Shin with his foreword. We had another book where you interviewed the mayor of Niagara Falls, right, who wrote a foreword in her book. So what I'm loving about this book is how the stories are going to change the lives of individuals, but I'm also seeing this as a launch pad to not just this book, but to many, many books and many, many individuals' untold stories. That's just going to keep on helping to change the lives and inspire and uplift, people one story at a time.
They absolutely will. So as we close out for now, we'll be coming back. You guys can't get rid of us this easy. Not that you would want to. We're too fun. But Gordon, what is the favor you would like to ask of all of our viewers catching us live and on the replay today?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Thank you, Kelly. If you guys could do us a huge favor, okay? Please, as a huge favor for us and for all the authors, right? On May 11th, please go to Amazon and buy a copy of the book. Like, buy a copy of the book and leave a review. If you have a Kindle Unlimited account, you're going to be able to download a version for free. And if not, I think in the US, it's like $2.99. It'll be a limited time where it's really affordable. More importantly, as a favor, go download a copy. That's one. Leave a 5-star review. And if you don't have a 5-star review, please don't leave it. Because if you do, I know where you live, right? I'm just kidding, right? But give us an honest 5-star review and share with 2 or 3 friends that you know who could literally benefit, right? Literally benefit from these stories. So that's really the big favor I would ask, right? If you know one of the authors, help them out. As a favor, help them out. Go and buy a copy of the book on May 11th.
I love it. That's a great favor. And I just dropped the link for our Facebook event is not only in the post, it is in the comments as well. Tom, he's catching us live. Happy Wednesday.
We need Tom to interview us.
Yeah.
We need Tom Chester to do an interview of you, interview of me, and let's blow it up, right? Let's change the lives of so many of our friends in the US.
Amazing. I'm all for it. That's what we are. That's what we're here to do.
Let's Bam Fam him right now, Kelly. That's a private message, right? We'll Bam Fam Tom and have him do an interview.
That sounds good. I'm in. Tom, you heard it.
Yeah.
To all of you, thank you for catching us live. For those of you on the replay, that appreciation and gratitude is extended to each and every one of you as well. Gordon, I know that we are, guns a-blazing here leading up to May 11th. So thank you for taking time out to hop into a spotlight here this afternoon. Amazing Wednesday. And cheers to you. Congratulations.
Awesome. Kelly, thank you.
This is exciting.
Yeah. Congrats to you as well. Thank you for all that you do here for Landed for Success.
You are very, very welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, co-founder Mr. Gordon So, Landed for Success, launching Untold Stories next Tuesday, May 11th, 2021 at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will be back on another day.